Hi VC, it's Rob here with another video, and this is going to be a continuation of my Show My 7-inch singles. So we're in the 1980s now. There's been a few people following Richard McCook's thread, showing singles. James Griffiths, John Downing, quite a few people have jumped in, so I thought I'd do my 1980s. I've got a top 5, all the rest are just kind of in a random order. So here's the first one. And it's Don Henley and The End of the Innocence. I'm not a massive Eagles fan. I find the music a little bit probably been overplayed, but I always like Boys of Summer, massive hit, and I think maybe about 85. But The End of the Innocence, it wasn't a hit by any means, but I think they used to play it on the radio quite a bit, and I've always loved this song, so I thought I'd show it. End of the Innocence by Don Henley. Now, here's one of my favourite bands from the late 70s into the 80s, XTC, and Love on a Farmer's Boy's Wages. This actually only got to number 50 in the charts, and it sort of just shows that XTC, however good the material was, they were not commercially successful in the UK. I think they only had one top 10 hit, Senses Working Overtime, a few other top 20 hits, but most of their singles did not even reach the top 40, so this isn't easy to find on vinyl either. So really pleased to have this, XTC and Love on a Farmer's Boy's Wages. Now here's a band who sort of, I think about 81 came onto the scene with a song called New Life, but this is from 1989 and it's Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. This song's been covered by Johnny Cash. I've said before, when Depeche Mode started, I just thought they'd be here today, gone tomorrow, but as the decade progressed, the music just got better and better, and now they're one of the biggest bands in the world, really. They sell out arenas and really crossed over, you know, young people today, big fans of Depeche Mode. So, you know, if you'd asked me that when I was 16, 17, you know, I thought they had an 18-month shelf life at most. So, yeah, Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. Now, here's a song from 1982, one-hit wonder, and it's Monsoon and Ever So Lonely. And this is sort of an Indian sounding dance track, got in the top 20. I think it's been sampled over the last 10 years, sort of hypnotic sitars going on. I always really loved this. I mean, I saw the album fair maybe a year ago, and I should have picked it up. You know, when you're at record fairs and you're just browsing and you think, oh, I'll come back to that, and I never did, and yeah, I've never seen it since. So yeah, Monsoon and Ever So Lonely. Now in 1980 I was into two-tone and the Jam, and it was a great year, 1980, but this band sort of came from nowhere and they disappeared pretty quickly, but they left behind 3 great singles, and this is one of them, Runaway Boys by the Stray Cats. So yeah, Rock This Town, Stray Cats Strut. I mean, if I saw the album that this is off, I'd snap it up straight away, but I've never actually seen it. But yeah, I really loved Runaway Boys. I can remember singing it and just really enjoying it, so a bit of a novelty. But yeah, Runaway Boys by the Stray Cats. Now here's a band from late 80s who had a couple of really great albums, but they're not, they've been critically acclaimed, but commercially they never really sold that much, and it's the Blue Nile and the Downtown Lights. This is off an album called Hats, and the Blue Nile are just a gorgeous band. I mean, during that period in the late 80s, there was a lot of music that just commercially didn't sell that well, and the Blue Nile come into that category. If I ever saw one of their albums, I'd snap it up, but they're not easy to find, so this is a great track, Downtown Lights by the Blue Nile. Now earlier this year we lost Mark Hollis, really original vocal style, and I really like Talk Talk, and I enjoyed this single Today from 1982. I think this might have been a top 5 hit. Talk Talk, there was more to them, you know. I mean, Duran Duran, Talk Talk. I mean, Duran Duran I ain't got any time for at all, but Talk Talk, I mean, Spirit of Eden, Colours of Spring, great albums. And they produced probably 5 or 6 really strong singles, and I really like this one, Today, by Talk Talk. Now, back in '83 when the Jam split up, us mods, we were looking for a band to tag onto because, you know, our life was over. We didn't have the Jam anymore. So discovered this band, The Truth, and Confusion hits us every time. So I went to see these live about 10 times, me and my mates on our scooters, or me and girlfriends. Dennis Greaves, who was a singer with 9 Below Zero, formed The Truth, and they had pretty limited chart success. A couple of top 30 singles. I remember seeing them on Top of the Pops and looked pretty cool. They were a great live band, and I really loved The Truth at the time. It brings back a lot of happy memories. So yeah, Confusion hits us every time by The Truth. Now, back in '82, I just started going in nightclubs. I was like 18, so yeah, going in nightclubs and, you know, seeing if girls fancied you or not. You know, sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't, but there was always good music in '82. And D-Train, You're the One for Me, one of my favourite sort of dance tracks. It still is today. It still sounds great. It must have been sampled by, you know, loads of artists, but it is an absolute classic, and it's certainly in the top 10 sort of dance tracks for me. So it nearly made my top 5 list, but yeah, D-Train and You're the One for Me. Now, back in the early 80s, there was quite a lot of sort of duos, and one of them was Soft Cell, and this is What. So Soft Cell produced 5 or 6 classic singles. Tainted Love, of course, big number 1. Bedsitter, I love. Torch, Sail Away, Goodbye, and I always like this, me. I always had a soft spot for What by Soft Cell. Now, here's a female artist who, she never quite fulfilled her potential. I remember having the album Solitude Standing, and off it is this track, Luca. So yeah, I always loved this track. Like I say, I bought the album Solitude Standing, and I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't, you know, groundbreaking or anything, but she never really did much after that. She had that sort of hit Tom's Diner, but after that we've not seen much of Suzanne Vega. But yeah, I really like this one, Luca. Now, coming from Manchester, you've got Abba Smith's track, and it's Girlfriend in a Coma, and I think this is from maybe '87. I was a massive Smiths fan. Had all the singles, bought all the albums as soon as they came out. They couldn't do any wrong for me, but I think I've just overplayed the Smiths because I never listen to the Smiths anymore. I'm just having a break from them for probably about 10 years. But yeah, I love the Smiths singles. Went in the 80s. They always had great sleeves as well. So yeah, Girlfriend in a Coma by the Smiths. Now, double A sides, quite big in the sort of 70s and 80s, but there weren't many better than this. UB40, and it's King and Food for Thought. And in the early 80s, UB40 were pretty cool. Present Arms and the first album, The Earth Dies Screaming, 1 in 10. They did some great singles. I think after Red Red Wine, they sort of faded. They went a little bit too commercial sounding to me, but the early stuff's really good. So yeah, UB40, and that was my cat making a noise, and Food for Thought and King. Now, back in '83, there was a band who came from nowhere, disappeared relatively quickly as well, but they released 2 fantastic singles, and this is one of them, and it's Just Got Lucky by the Joe Boxers. They also had a hit called Boxer Beat. In '83, really good summer for me. I was turning 21, and no, I wasn't, I was 19, but had my scooter, very mobile, just having a great time, and Just Got Lucky just sort of summed up the way I was feeling in 1983. So yeah, Joe Boxers and Just Got Lucky. And this song sort of encapsulates an early 80s sound for me. Really colourful character, and it's King Creole and the Coconuts and Stool Pigeon, and I just love this. I mean, every time I hear it, I've just got to go cha 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 cha. I just can't help it, and I love this song. It's one of my favourites from 1982 for sure. So yeah, Stool Pigeon by King Creole and the Coconuts. Now into the top 5, and another Manchester band. I mean, when Ian Curtis sadly lost his life, New Order, you know, the pressure on them, and the stuff they produced up to Blue Monday, amazing. And I love this track, Temptation by New Order. I mean, this plays on 33, so when I got it I was a bit confused at the start, but yeah, Ceremony, Everything's Gone Green and Temptation, the first 3 singles were amazing. So yeah, Temptation by New Order. Now, in 300 years' time, they'll be playing this record and saying this is what angels sound like, because this is amazing. I love this song. I absolutely love it. It should be number 1, but it's my number 4. And it's One Day I'll Fly Away by Randy Crawford. I can remember this coming out in 1980 and just falling in love with it. I just think it's an absolutely gorgeous song. I don't hear it often enough. You know, I need to play this, and it's just a great song. So yeah, Randy Crawford and One Day I'll Fly Away. Now, you wouldn't think I'd have an Abba song in my top 3, but I do, and it's Blancmange and The Day Before You Came, and I think this is from about 84. It's an Abba song, but I love this version. I didn't know it was an Abba song when it first came out, but I discovered it was. It didn't put me off it, because it's just a great song. I mean, Abba have done some great songs, but this version for me is just great. I mean, I love the concept of the song. You're going to meet someone really important in your life, and you know, a matter of hours before, you're just doing mundane things like filling the crossword in and, you know, staring into space. This is just a great song. So yeah, The Day Before You Came by Blancmange. Now 2 to go. And this guy he doesn't look like a pop star, but he sounds like one. He's got a great voice. Pretty big in America, but in the UK this wasn't a hit, but it's a great song, and it's Sailing by Christopher Cross. I love Christopher Cross's voice. I just think he's an amazing voice. And I love Sailing. It wasn't a hit in the UK. It may have been a number 1 in America. I bet it got played to death over there, but I've always loved this song, and I still love it now. So yeah, Sailing by Christopher Cross. And my number 1 of the 1980s. I didn't want to show songs that other people have shown, so try and mix it up a little bit, but this is one of my favourite songs of all time, and it's The Teardrop Explodes and Reward, and this was a top 5 hit. I think it was 1980. Such an amazing year, 1980. Some great songs came out, and this is one of my favourites. So yeah, from Liverpool, of course, Julian Cope, the singer. So yeah, great song, Reward by The Teardrop Explodes. So that's my 27-inch singles from the 1980s. I'll be doing a 90s probably in about a week or so. So hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're a new subscriber or a subscriber, thanks for watching my channel. I really appreciate all the comments, and I love doing videos on the VC. So long may that continue. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.